There was a time when Subway dominated every corner, from malls to airports, with its promise of fresh, affordable, and healthy sandwiches. It wasn't just food, it was a lifestyle. With thousands of stores and the Eat Fresh slogan, Subway seemed unstoppable. But today, thousands of locations have shut down, and the brand is struggling to stay relevant. Oversaturation, leadership failures, scandals, and changing consumer tastes all played a role in its downfall. So how did the world's biggest fast food chain lose its flavor? Let's rewind the story and uncover what went wrong with the sandwich giant, Subway. In 1965, a 17-year-old boy named Fred DeLuca was desperate to find a way to pay for college. He didn't come from money, but he had ambition. That's when a family friend, Dr. Peter Buck, a nuclear physicist, offered a simple idea. Start a sandwich shop. Use the money to fund your education. With just $1,000 from Dr. Buck, they launched their first shop in Bridgeport, Connecticut, calling it Pete's Super Submarines. It wasn't glamorous, but it was new. Made-to-order submarine sandwiches served quickly and affordably. People loved the concept. The shop's early success led to a name change, Subway, and an even bigger idea, franchising. By the late 1970s, Subway's low startup costs, simple operations, and basic training model made it the perfect business opportunity for first-time entrepreneurs. What started as a college fund idea quickly became the foundation of one of the most recognizable fast food empires in the world. Unlike burger chains loaded with fryers and grills, Subway kept things simple: fresh vegetables, deli meats, sauces, and a choice of bread. No complex machinery, no grease, just assembly line sandwich making. This simplicity made Subway one of the easiest franchises to open and operate. Franchisees needed low investment, minimal staff, and little cooking expertise. As a result, Subway grew faster than any restaurant in history, even overtaking McDonald's. In US store count by 2010, Subway capitalized on the health trend. It wasn't just fast food, it was eat fresh. Calorie counts were featured on menus, and customers believed they were making healthier choices. Then came Jared Fogle, an ordinary man who famously lost over 200 pounds by eating Subway sandwiches. His story became a national phenomenon and a cornerstone of Subway's brand identity, reinforcing the idea that their food could change lives. But behind the rapid growth and feel-good marketing, Subway was stretching thin. Too many locations, inconsistent quality, and a business model that would eventually show signs of strain. Subway believed that more stores meant more profit, a simple formula that quickly backfired. Instead of spacing out new locations, Subway allowed franchisees to open stores just blocks apart, often without considering the impact on existing locations. This led to internal competition, Subways battling other Subways for the same foot traffic. Franchisees were frustrated. Many were promised success, but found themselves barely breaking even. Some couldn't afford rent. Others began cutting corners. Fewer staff, cheaper ingredients, and declining service. What started as a booming business model became a burden for small owners. Customers noticed the drop in quality, and brand loyalty began to fade. By 2023, Subway had closed over 7,000 stores in the US, a dramatic shift from its earlier dominance. The oversaturation strategy, once seen as ambitious, ended up cannibalizing its own brand. Instead of beating the competition, Subway was now shrinking, store by store, leaving behind broken promises and disappointed franchisees. When Fred DeLuca, Subway's founder, passed away in 2015, the brand lost more than its visionary. It lost its direction. Without his leadership, Subway struggled to adapt. While competitors like McDonald's and Taco Bell embraced innovation, Subway's corporate team clung to outdated strategies. The company became increasingly out of touch with modern consumer demands, like cleaner ingredients, sustainability, and digital convenience. Tensions between corporate and franchisees escalated. Owners felt ignored and overburdened, as decisions were made from the top down without considering their realities. Corporate leaders focused on opening more stores, rather than improving existing ones or refreshing the menu. Public controversies, ranging from lawsuits to troubling marketing choices, further damaged the brand's image. By the time Subway tried to course correct, it was already losing ground to trendier, faster, and more transparent competitors. In short, without a clear leader, Subway descended into corporate chaos. alienating both its partners and its customers. Subway's wholesome image crumbled in 2015 when longtime spokesperson Jared Fogle was convicted of child exploitation crimes. For years, Jared was the face of the brand. His disgrace wasn't just shocking, it tarnished Subway's image permanently. Then came a series of legal and public relations disasters. A class action lawsuit accused Subway of misleading nutrition claims. Reports questioned the authenticity of its meat, especially the tuna. Even though tests later confirmed it was real, consumer trust had already been broken. Worse, internal turmoil erupted. Franchisees sued the company, citing unfair treatment, harsh contract terms, and lack of support. Some accused corporate leadership of bullying and setting them up for failure. Instead of moving forward, Subway found itself stuck in controversy and distrust. Once seen as a fresh and healthy alternative, the brand now appeared chaotic, outdated, and dishonest, struggling to rebuild the trust it had so carelessly lost. Subway built its success on simple, catchy campaigns, the $5 footlong, Eat Fresh, and Jared's weight loss story. But as food trends evolved in the 2020s, Subway's marketing and menu didn't. Consumers now wanted transparency, organic ingredients, and modern options. Competitors like Chipotle and Sweetgreen embraced this shift, offering vibrant, customizable meals made with premium, often locally sourced ingredients. Subway, in contrast, felt stuck in the past. Its menu had barely changed. Customers grew tired of processed meats, repetitive flavors, and low-quality ingredients. In 2021, Subway tried to bounce back with a massive menu update. New breads, upgraded proteins, and celebrity collaborations. But it felt like a desperate move, not innovation. The campaign didn't fix deeper problems: quality perception, customer fatigue, and a stale brand identity. By the time Subway reacted, the market had moved on. The brand that once defined fast food, freshness had become a symbol of missed opportunities and fading relevance. By 2023, Subway had lost what made it special. It was no longer the go-to for healthy, fresh fast food. That year, the original family sold the company to Roark Capital, a private equity firm that also owns Dunkin', Arby's, and Jimmy John's. It was the end of a family-run legacy. Roark promised a major reset: smarter growth, modern stores, better ingredients. But reviving a struggling giant isn't simple. Subway began updating its stores, retraining workers, and tweaking the menu. Still, changing public perception and regaining loyalty would take more than just surface-level fixes. The sandwich chain now faces its toughest challenge yet, proving it still belongs in today's fast-evolving food landscape. While Subway struggles to stay relevant in the US, its international presence remains promising. In countries like India, Brazil, and the UAE, Subway is still expanding, where the brand feels new and exciting to customers. However, back home in America, the story is different. Subway no longer captures the interest of younger generations. Nostalgia has faded, and Subway rarely features in TikTok food trends. Gen Z, in particular, prefers brands that are bold, transparent, and digitally savvy, qualities Subway hasn't fully embraced yet. This disconnect between its strong global growth and domestic decline shows Subway's challenge, maintaining its foothold worldwide while reinventing itself to regain relevance with American customers. Subway's story is a lesson in what happens when growth is valued over quality, when brands refuse to evolve, and when leadership loses touch with both its customers and its partners. It's not just a story about sandwiches. It's a story about greed, missed opportunities, and ignoring the warning signs. Subway may not be gone, but it's no longer the sandwich giant it once was. What about you? Do you still eat at Subway? What was your favorite item, and why did you stop going? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this, and share it with your friends who love food history and business stories. Thanks for watching.